Hello guys, this is Elvis Hunter one more time, and today we are going to talk about a very interesting formula. We're talking about the VLookup. V stands for all, and basically this is a formula that allows you to search from the leftmost column up to a certain range that you can give to this formula in order for you to look for a specific pattern or on a string or a parameter that you will use in this formula in order to get two type of search on a specific one or similar match or something that kind of looks like it. So I will teach you the one that I use the most, which is using this formula to find the exact thing that I'm looking for. So let's go ahead. I have already something here that I prepared. I will call this just the dashboard. This is the we're just gonna build a couple of things in order to have some sort of an interface that would allow me to look for a specific term for a specific employee. We are supposed to have a store, and this store has some series of stores, as you can see here in the data that I create for you guys, and they have different type of stores. They have a main store, CVN, and then they have a variety of sub stores like Lowe's, and Face, Bloodborne, and Aeroleak, and so on. No, those are I come up with all this, so don't worry, you won't find it online. And I want to be able to basically pull up some of this information for in a specific employee. So let's just go ahead and just to start this, okay, on the dashboard. And this is what I want to do. Let's just go ahead and paste this for the moment. Oh, here we go. Now it's allowing me. So let's paste values and transpose. This will allow me just to put things vertically. Let's just go ahead and paste this because I don't think I will use this for the moment. So here we have a series of let me change that color real quick. I like this actually, and it will look good with the white on it, but I'll keep it for the moment just for the tutorial. And so yes, as I was saying, I want to be able to type in, for example, CBN001, and I want the Excel sheet to be able to pull up the rest of the information that I have here. So how do we happen to do that with Excel? Okay, so let's of course we have several ways of achieving things in Excel, but I want to work with VLookup function. So let's focus on that one right now. I will just add the equal sign to start the VLookup formula. We'll click on the VLookup, and then I will focus on the D1 cell. That will be the parameter that I will use to look in the entire amount of data that I have in the row tab. So let's place the range or the array, the table array that we have here. So just by dragging this, of course, it is always better just to select the entire set of columns. This is something that I always recommend you guys to do, because like that you will be able to basically cover any future amount of data that a person could actually enter on this section. Okay, so it's always better to do it. And this is my recommendation, but you can always just do it your way. But this is the best thing to do. Okay. Now, this is the funny part of this. We want to be able to tell the VLookup how many columns we want to move to the right when we find the parameter that we are looking for. Okay, so for example, in here, B2 in this case, this is where all the parameters start. So B2 will contain the BCN001. So I want to count, starting from there, how many columns I have in order to get what I need to. In this case, the name will be the second column. But something that I do usually is that I just place the entire amount of columns that I have, then I change at the, I will call it at the convenience of my case. Okay, for example, if I will use the name, I will leave the 2, and then if I need the store, I will leave 3, and if I need the profession, I will leave 4, and so on. So let's just go ahead and place 5 here, because we have 5 columns, 1 2 3 4 5, and then here you have the an approximation of what you're looking for as a parameter, or you have the exact match. So we will use the exact match for this one by placing false in there, or just simply placing a 0. That will give me the same result. So as you can see here, since I place a 5 in there, I'm just getting the information from the location of this fusion ID. That's perfectly fine. So what I want to do, just to be able to work with this formula, is just make sure I lock this one with F4. That way I keep the same parameter for all of them. You could just simply change it again if you move the formula, but that's not the proper way to work with this thing. So let's just go ahead and use F4. Let me look for the function here. I think it's this one. Let me see. This is what I hate having a. There you go. Let me see. Yes, perfectly fine. Okay. So if I copy this, it should just copy the same thing over and over. Perfect. So now on the formula, as I say, we need to change this parameter. This is the column number 2 that I'm looking for. And then I'm looking for number 3 in here. Number 4 will be in here. And then as you can see, magic of Excel, we have what we were looking for, right? We have the name and the profession, the store that she's taking care of, and then the location of this store. Now, for 5 or 6 or even 20 people, it's really easy just to type in the fusion ID. That's perfectly fine, correct? But what about if we have 1,000 people there? It would be crazy, let's not be exaggerating a little bit, but let's say you have 200, 300 people there. You can always simply type in this fusion ID, which is fine, as I say. But one thing that I like to do, and this is something that you maybe can use on a daily basis as well, this is something that I love doing, is the data validation. You go to your main menu on the data tab and select data validation and go to data validation again, and we will ask Excel to use this cell as a list. So by doing this, I'm telling Excel I want you to present any user with a set of lists that I will give you at this precise moment. So let's take the range for that list, and let's go to the raw data, and we will take all the fusions IDs that we already have here, and let's just leave some space for some of them, and we will make sure that it will be selected, so that way it will not show the one that don't have any data on it. So let's just click OK, and as always, Excel will just prices with something else. You can see now here the amount of Fusion IDs. Actually, it's just giving me, it's also giving me the space that I left there somehow, some way. So we can always just work on that by giving the exact amount of Fusion IDs that we have. But anyways, let's select another person. As you can see now, Excel will automatically change the names to the name that we're looking for, and that's something very practical to do when you're trying to achieve things like this. um, of course, you have a variety of ways of just coming with this, and as I said before, Excel is just amazingly beautiful when it comes to this. So yes, this is an amazing tool, and the formulas that it has is just tremendous. So we have covered basic way of using VLookup. We have so many other ways to combine VLookup with some other formulas to get some other amazing amount of results. But for the moment, since we're just starting with these videos, we are going to leave it like this right now. We will come back with another type of I will call combinations that we will use with the some other Excel formulas and VLookup. And we were going to make another video for the VLookup, which is another interesting formula that will move parallel to what you're looking for, but towards the bottom of your Excel. Uh, Leave it for the moment like this, and very very happy to have you here on my channel. Don't forget to subscribe, this is really important to me, and give us a thumbs up if you can, and share the content that we are producing for you, because we still have many things to bring for you. So for the moment, that's all that I need to cover, and I see you in the next video. Ciao guys.